Washi gonna find Bolu, but does get hit markers by Jez. They're now all tied up 1-1. Geo is going to get taken down by Jazz. You can now see Jazz pushing up towards the B flag. We'll rock that 35 round. See that we have Vague pushing up incredibly far, but this should be a free kill for Geo. Sure enough, it's that push from the backside. Finds Jazz.
Defesa docinha, Pofo, botão no cofrinho do Libs, Pofo pra cima do Delzinho, double Pofo do craque, faz clique aí meu chat, você tá no YouTube, faz o clique da jogada.
Um som, morto.
Vou cravar esquerda, vou cravar cima, crava esquerda, crava esquerda.
Tem um, só tem ar. Não tem mais não.
Aí tem que botar essa
Pode ver agora, calma, segura.
o Sub-Zero pernambucano, nossa!
And we've got two players left to deal with. FN 420. Oh my god, Lucky, what the hell was that? Count them out. Can't do it. Lucky is Dark Wizard. You're the only hope here, Dark Wizard. Oh my god, we've got a 2v5 that is a reality. Lydia looking for the shots. Lydia's gonna round the corner. Lydia finds one. Lydia just needs to find Lucky. Doesn't happen. We're going to another round. The most at the moment finds another one. Just an absolute demon. A quick list in with the side of Nova. Dave, you're going in.
People see, there is one A now.
Marvel misses one, but doesn't miss twice.
Out. Oh my. Chris, he's all 1-4. Where you at, homie? I know you're in a typical sniper scenario right now. You're a sniper. It ain't even close. Lucky. Get headshot. Costco, flip the smoke. Get it too, homie. We got a 1v1.
Oh my goodness, Iona! Bro, watch.
Extend was left alive. Now it's Iona looking to make the...
Yo, this girl's dirty! Aggressively push up to this degree. Lydia's able to find one. Artemisa coming through. What's that? Is that the kilo? Whoa! Artemisa, the Damascus kilo. Ooh, Chels. Finds one, is looking for two, but Artemisa. Yo, this girl kind of nuts with the kilo, bro.
Yo, how are you?
I have been.
He is a freak. He's a beast.
Found herself on that Sparrow shot, but the Angels do maintain this P3. Oh, Brick stuff! Well, it was looking good for a minute there at the beginning of this round, but it has quickly gone in. I think you're right on the money. You see Harrison push that up, finds two in the feed to start things off. Those double kills are worth a ton of points, let alone
guys.
Oh, man.
Hi guys, and welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm your host for Mobile Mayhem Day 8. I'm here with Verdict and Gilmania. Yes, guys. It's not a picture. It's him. He's here. He's with us. I can't wait to actually hear more about how he left us in the past couple of days. So, Gilmania, how was your day? And did you miss us?
I miss you guys a lot. I definitely did. This last I want to say 2 weeks at this point. Like it's been up and down. So I did manage to get a couple of chances alongside with Verdict, but I didn't with you, Diana. So I'm pretty happy about all this, you know.
I'm always happy to see you here. How about you, Verdict? How was your day and your weekend?
The weekend was great. I think I got the chance to cast one of the, like, I don't know how to say this. Like, it was the most fun I've ever had casting like a creator and pro player tournament. Bobby's Stem Shot Showdown was such a W.
Yeah.
And it, you know, I know I caught a lot of flack from Hawks on Twitter afterwards, but it was such a great time. I mean, the game modes were fun. The stem shots were fun. Everything about that tournament was just, it was a total dub, and I'm ready to keep that same energy rolling into day 8 of Mobile Mayhem.
Oh, that's great. I had a great day, even if nobody asked. But I had a great day.
Deanna, you didn't even let me
and-
finish. Deanna.
Okay.
We're still in the middle.
How has your day
Yeah.
been, and how was your weekend? Talk to us.
Bro? What is wrong with the picture, man? I saw that.
Yeah, you didn't see anything, Chad. Come on.
No, it was. Well, my day was great actually, and my weekend was pretty nice. I was watching some movies, finished some series. But yeah, we are here day 8 Mobile Mayhem, and I'm actually very excited. But before that, last week we had some amazing games, right? So Verdi, can you go over the standings to see which team where place is?
Absolutely. We'll take a look at that and why it's such a pivotal day in Mobile Mayhem. Animus, they at the top, 105. Right below them, 31ers with 95. Tied up with Kings, who are also there. Ducks with 80. 60 for 117 not found. Icemont with 55. So the top 6 looking like it's a pretty lockdown situation. Those players and those teams certainly have their work cut out for them today. Below that, City with 20, as well as Enigma with 20, Typhoon with 20, and Void with 5. And that wraps up our standings for the day. And why is the standing so important to us, Deanna?
See how many points up? Wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, right. Well, I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Like the schedule for the day completely ties into that top 6.
I was about to say, well, it's alright. Actually, we were talking about. Okay, now I feel very bad because I didn't catch this from time. But yeah, I was thinking about the schedule. But yeah, today we had an awesome day. Actually, we were talking about it prior, right? And I can go over the schedule if you really put me in this spot. You know, I'm gonna be alright. But it's alright. We're gonna start with the first game of tonight. It's gonna be 117 Not Found versus Icemont, followed by 31ers versus Animus. And the third game is gonna be Kings versus F8 Ducks, because we will not have a fourth game because of a forfeit. So we will not see Void versus Enigma, unfortunately. But these 3 games, in my opinion, are all highlight of tonight because they're all playing against each other. Top 1 against first place against second place. Okay, then we have Kings versus FA Ducks, third place versus fourth place, and then we have 117 Not Found versus Icemont, fifth place versus sixth place. So it's gonna be very interesting, and I'm actually very curious to see which team gonna get points and which not. But how about you guys?
Oh, I'm absolutely out. You know, I'm ready for it. This is the day. It's top 6 teams duking out against each other. Figure out who's going to be, you know, extending their leads or, you know, maybe cutting it short. I mean, top 2 is where you want to be landing at, but anything in the top 6 gives you a chance at life. Am I right, Gil?
Yeah, and with these matches particularly, we're gonna see that change. There's the opportunity for a lot of change on this week, particularly given the kind of matches that we're gonna get. Like Deanna mentioned, with the 117 against Icemont, there's only a 5 points gap, right? So. Yep. Icemont can just get his own 6th and make sure that maybe on the eventual bracket, the playoffs, they get a team that could be at least on paper easier. That's the whole thing, right? I think you asked earlier what is the importance with the standings, and there's that, right? Not only the top 2, which already move you a little bit forward, but also the other 4 extra teams going into the playoffs, making sure that they have a better shot at going deeper into the playoffs in the future.
excited. Actually excited for all 3 games. Sadly, we don't have a 4th one, as I said, but we're gonna start our first matchup with 117 Not Found versus Icemon. I can go over the maps very fast because both teams are already here. Right, we're gonna start with a hardpoint on Hacienda, followed by an SND on Raid, and if we're gonna get the 3rd game, it's gonna be a control on Takeoff. We do have firing range band on the side of Icemon, and also Summit on the side of 117 Not Found. So definitely we had a strong map selection. We also have 2 strong teams. So I'm gonna see you after this first matchup ends. Good luck, guys.
All right, Deanna going to be joining us back after this first matchup, but this one's going to be a brutal one for one of these teams. We're going to start it off in a little bit of Hacienda's hardpoint. Love the bands that came through. Obviously, one of the maps that did make it through the cut, that was 117 selection for reason. That Raid Search and Destroy. How is that so massive in a map selection for them? Well, because that team got, well, Icemon got bodied on that map by, I mean, literally people who, you know, we didn't anticipate them to get dropped by, but them games were not close in the Search and Destroy. They got to start it off strong here, if you ask me, if we're taking a look at the best of 3. It's got to begin here, obviously, and while P1's already open for business, we got Saturn's on the side of the objective, and they're racking up some already uncontested time. Jay-Say going to be able to put his foot on the hill. Self-proclaimed OBJ God for this team. Lucky, though, he's pulling out the EM2. Is this what we're doing here, Lucky? I kind of like the plays.
I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting to see something like that, but I don't know. I just feel like we haven't seen it too much, but seemingly it's working out for him so far. Already 3 kills for Lucky, and my game just lagged a little bit over there, but now I'm back. Finally got taken down, but the control is pretty evenly distributed among the 2 of them, you know, back and forth kind of fighting here. And although I don't think we see too often hardpoint on Hacienda verdict, it's a map that I personally, although I find complicated to play, I feel like it does bring in like a lot of strategizing for the teams to figure out how to do the rotations, because you can be really exposed if you don't do them on time.
No, you're absolutely right. P2 is where it's all being made at right now. It's the only money hill on this mount, quote unquote, in asterisks and in quotations right now. A little bit of an outside push coming through. It's going to be the poolside, beachside push. Actually, look, he's going to shut it down as well as Derex. They are rock solid on P2, the garage. As that yellow card gets blown up, Lucky going to continue to spray and pray with the CM2. He's going to be able to pick up his 8th, and my goodness, he's on a 4 streak, tearing it up. Storm, try to get the breach to the front side. Need to wait for the cavalry to come through the secret site. Now is the hallway. Up the stairs we go. Caesar's drop. Here comes the hit. Snooze dropped. Jay-Say's down. I don't know how man's died. Oh, he shot the purple car too much, the hot rod. Very unfortunate here for the side of Icemon, as they're going to be up in a little bit of a hole, but still plenty of game to be played now. As we head over to P3, the setups here, you already see a little bit of a bump and a little bit of a breach out for 117. They're trying to get the best of both worlds, and so far there has not been a fight that Icemon has put up that has proven to show that they can take it. Damn, Storm, where did you hit that from? I just watched Lucky drop. It was in the top side of the office. At any rate, doesn't matter. Saturn's gets the Preddy, gets the hit on Snooze, and off the P3 we go.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, Icemon, outside of that P1, I think they were the ones to get there first, and that was like 10 or 12 seconds. Outside of that, just pure disaster for them. Already losing by over 70 points. The gap that continues to grow even deeper. Right now, Icemon, Jay-Say is the only one inside. The push is going to be by Lucky through the smoke. Gets that kill onto Jay-Say. We may be talking a little bit about that EM2 pick by Lucky, but I've always been feeling confident with it. He is the one with the most kills for the team verdict. And he just shredding through the enemies as if they were nothing in here. Already 16 kills for Lucky.
Yeah, 16 kills for Lucky, and it's not a good start here for Icemon. They're going to have to buckle up for P4 rotation. What I will say is it gets worse from here. This is a map that Icemon picked, and right now they are getting picked apart. So we'll see if they can make a bounce back now as the P4 rotation is going to come through. It's a rock formations. We've gotten a rock-solid foundation here on the initial hole. Karma's going to be able to pop out the Annie. He's good for the first. Gets the second. No, he whiffs. Storm going to be able to take him off his Annie. But it is still going to be hill time being collected now as we see the claw pop. Here comes the hit. A lot of investment here on this. Needs to be swift. Needs to be quickly done. Get some of this hill time to regain and regroup now as we see the operators start to pan out. They are dumping everything but the kitchen sink here on this P4 rotation, and it's damn near needed on every bit of this time, right? They're in a little bit of a blender. They started off in a hole. They have yet to dig themselves out, and it doesn't look like it's going to get much easier here on this P4, as we still see a lot of contesting coming through, even after all the operators used.
Yeah, like you mentioned, they truly dumped, I would say 80 to 90% of all of their utilities. And they got like, what, 30 seconds, 30 or so seconds. Yeah, those are really, really good. But in comparison to the other side of 117, who used nothing but their own raw bullets of the weapons, the Dingo, by the way, that's a bit of a surprise. The EM2, I feel like each player on the side of 117 has a different weapon now that I'm thinking about it, but what I mean is that even without extra utilities that they are now actually beginning to use on the side of 117, their control is always uncontested, pretty clear, pretty continuous in their favor. Now inside of it, I see Derox, 19 kills, holding these angles with a shorty, waiting for someone to walk by, and that someone might have been BST. OST. Oh my god, he just knifed with that shorty. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
It was, range with it.
Oh man, got the range, got the rage. They got the lockdown here on Icemon. 30 seconds left to grab. All this time needs to go in favor of Icemon in order to make this a closer game. A lot of perimeter control up top, as well as the kills coming through on the hill. This is not a great game here for the boys over at Ice. Flip side of things, you've got a 117 who has been, I mean, kind of tossed aside and cast away as a top contender for Mobile Mayhem, or top teams in EU. They start to come through and flex very, very much here on this P2 rotations. They already got the early hit. Let's go ahead and dive in with the comms to see how they sound and see if they can close this one out. 163 to 76. P2 early setup for them.
Dead, pull.
Lobby one, so lobby one.
They spawn in driver, they spawn in driver.
Sí, sí, sí.
They spawn in driver.
Me pongo gelis del coche, me pongo gelis del coche, Saturn.
I have your lobby, I
Dead,
have
uno,
your
dead,
lobby.
dead.
I have your lobby. I push
Mira pull, te pon respawn. Pushate por la izquierda, one to dead, muerto. Pull.
I have your driver, I have your driver. I have driver, I have driver. On driver.
One more white room, I don't have white room.
On your right, Caesar, on your right.
White room.
Buena.
Calma, one shot. Buena.
Keep pushing,
Otro más, pull.
They spawn in both.
No se mata boy.
I have your lobby, I have your
One dead, one more,
two
one
lobby,
more.
two lobby, pushing cubby, they're pushing cubby.
One more,
Cubby.
Está lo bueno, niño.
One behind you, he going you.
Juan next, señores, Juan next, señores.
They're going here.
Drive it.
Three lobby. One going top lobby, top
Check
lobby.
on me, tengo top me.
Which side, top?
Ahí está otro table.
One more lobby.
Top ready, ya, cuidado.
Sí, top librería. Buena. Tienes una mañana en el gas.
All right, comm checks. It's a dub right now. Look at it, 220 to 76. This one was never close. Even after P1, it was still, I mean, we were looking at what was like 30-something to 12, and you don't get very many points off of P2. P3 was even worse. P4, you used everything, and it just hasn't panned out. This is a hand-picked map from Icemont, and they are not putting up the numbers right now. 15 seconds is all that is. They need plenty of time to do it here on this offensive side rotation.
Again, they begin to use their operators, but that's just not gonna be enough. The triple kill for Derox with a Purifier, looking for more. That's kill number 4, went for kill number 5, but the use of the Tag 5 will prevent that from being the case. Doesn't matter too much. The only one closest to get inside is JC, who gets a kill, gets the clean. There's only 3 more seconds that the side of 117 need verdict. There's absolutely nothing to be said, to be done, to be changed in here. 117, where the better team, doesn't matter who picked that map. The way they played it was just so flawless, even in the comms, constantly making sure that the rotations were being done effectively. Every single time. I'm not too sure who that was saying, making the call out for rotating in Spanish, but I can tell that everybody was just following through with the plan, and the plan worked. The plan was near perfect, and you can see it on those numbers.
Yep, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you like this, man. This is an Icemont team that, showed signs of some pretty great improvement. Hardpoint being one of their better, game modes. That time, it just does not look like they have collectively put, the thought process into picking a map, because they got outplayed. Maybe 117 is just better. I don't know what the case is. They just look better. The rotations, the gunfights, hell, they were doing it with the EM2, the Dingo. I just don't know where you go from here, because now you're put in a pickle because your second map is a map that we have seen you just get exposed on. And I've been in VC with these guys before. You know, they've asked me, hey, how did that, tell me, was that Search and Destroy bad, really? I was like, bro, it was bad, man. You guys are bad at Search. I need tremendous improvement. A lot of time to improve that aspect of your game. Right now, the hard point, not any better. 34 and 15 for Lucky, a minute and 35 on the clock, minute and 5 on the clock for Darox, as well as the 31-20. 1-7, it was their day to play, and surely they brought their A game. On the flip side of things, not a lot to talk about. Even the best OBJ player, 32 seconds. Well, scratch that. JC had a minute, but he went 14 and 28. These are not stat lines of a team that, you know, showed their best foot.
There's definitely a lot that needs to be changed in there, and well, that was only game 1. But being that dominant, as you mentioned, I'm not too sure if we're gonna see any changes. We were talking about the standings with Iceman being with 55 and 117 having 60. Maybe they could try to, you know, steal away those numbers, make themselves go higher on the rankings. But the way that they're playing today on 117 is just so clean that I don't think, at least on the first match of the night, we're gonna see much movement on the standings.
No, you know, for them, no, not necessarily. Obviously, you know, they're still the Search or Destroy. Hell, who knows? Maybe the weekend came through and they put in a hell of amount of work, but I just don't know if this team is capable of winning a Search or Destroy on a map that we watched it. They got body. Obviously, their map ban that came through was for firing range. Why? Because 117 just know how to win firing range Search or Destroy. So obviously, we've seen them get beat on that map by Animus. So I mean, there's opportunity right there, but that gap is very narrow, right? So
yeah,
it's now or never. The Search or Destroy. Is it going to be a blooper or is it going to be a game 3 bound? I'm gonna be honest with you, might be calling this one early.
I think we might. Honestly, we might, ladies and gentlemen, as we just said, Search and Destroy raid California. This is 117 not found versus Ice Mont. And for starters, you know, I'd like to go with one of the players on the side of Ice Mont to just check out what's going to be the deal over there. And the one most forward, I want to go with JC. JC seemingly will be the one defending the basketball court, and there's a lot of movement on that area, so he's got to keep both eyes open and make sure that no one follows through. That's going to be the first victim through the bar. Tries to go for that kill, but gets stunned to the left. Still managed to get the kill. The triple. JC, oh my goodness, with the help of his allies, just shredding through opponents' health bars. Unbelievably in here now. Karma tried to go into the money room, but also taking a heavy amount of damage in here. Karma on the brink of losing his life, but still managed to survive. The health bar is going to be brought back out. This is now all of a sudden a 4 versus 2. Karma alongside with Darox. Karma is still pushing forward. Will immediately go for that kill onto Storm. Takes it like it's nothing immediately with a little bit of quick fire. Wants to go take the next knock, but not going to be possible. Snooze already was onto it. The only one alive is going to be Darox. 1 versus 2. And it is Saka with that kill. That was a collective effort among the players of the side of Iceman, because although JC took that triple kill, that was not only him, right? I'm not too sure who was there on the money room, but the calls were just perfect there.
No, they were perfect there, and you needed JC to go absolutely hammer onto an A site, and right now he's going to be the only line of defense here on the A site yet again. He's got to play his life. Would love to see him back in this position. If you've got multiple numbers and there's nobody there, look at Karma. He's already snuck through. JC's not going to find a body. Fahim does get the trade, but it's a little too late now. They're going to have to play for the retake. Storm there, shutting down 1. Snooze there for the second. And maybe a little bit better of an effort here in this Search or Destroy that we've seen in the hardpoint. Maybe that's where they put all their focus and their practice at. BST, a.k.a. Fahim, going to be able to find the heady of 1. And that leaves just 1 player alive. Saturn's dropped through the staircase. And what are we seeing, ladies and gentlemen? Are we seeing a day and night performance here? Maybe they just sell the hardpoint. They want the practice here to Search or Destroy. They may have put in that hashtag time in over the weekend to improve this particular game mode. Might be the case. It's still very early in the match, as well as they're on the defense. The attack is going to be the true testament of how this team's going to pan out. Zaka opens out for first blood, and the hit towards the B site leaves Snooze all on his own. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Wow.
look. I was just as speechless in that hard point watching Icemont play, and then now we're watching a team that we had highly discounted in Search or Destroy for obvious reasons. Right now, it's a 2v2 though. Saturn's so able to win the gunny on the middle of the map. He gets that ringside control. He's gonna go ahead and try to stick this plant. We'll see if the 2v2 retake is clean now. As the bomb goes down, the headshot's not gonna hit. Derek's gonna be able to take one down. There it goes. Fahim's going to be able to find one that's Saturn's. Now it's all on Derek's. Knows the position. The call-out last known for Derek's was right on the laundry side, and he has made the rotation through. As a call from Saturn's, they're clear. Right on the pillars. Surely there he was.
And I mean, dropping the ball a little bit, they immediately got those 3 kills on the side of Icemont and couldn't capitalize on them. Eventually, the comeback for 117 as they finally pick onto their first round, changing their strategy. You know, back and forward, back and forward. Now Caesar's gonna be pushing forward here with a Holger. Someone's gonna die from the inside of kitchen, and that's the call for Caesar to push forward. But only by being HP, Saka will manage to survive in here. Pushing from behind there, Snooze. Keep an eye open for Snooze. He could find a whole lot of trouble here inside of the money room. Saka with kill number 3, finally gonna be taken down, but the call is made for Snooze to push forward. Saka taking down 3 opponents, and while he died, made sure that his killer also got executed. Now Saturn's in a 1v3, gets the first kill onto Fahim. Saturn's onto doubles, trying to go for the retake onto the bomb. She's definitely going to be the biggest issue. You know, if you're Icemont and you already lost game 1, you're most definitely going to be trying to secure as best as you can these rounds. Even more so with the advantage player-wise and the advantage knowing where the bomb is at. So, just slowly but surely making that Saturn's path is not easy to walk by. And this should, at least on paper, be another point going in favor of Icemont.
It should.
We discounted them, as you mentioned, and...
Oh, boy. Okay, Saturn's. This theoretically, as you mentioned, should be, but look. Saturn's able to pick up 1. Now the number's not being played. A little bit of an overextension now. You see J-Sage just going to head back to the A bomb site. Bomb's still yet to be collected. Don't put yourself in a compromised position. Those shots need to be crispy. CBR does not win. Saturn's.
Yikes.
Absolutely beaming the 1v2 clutch. The ice in his veins. He goes big. Doesn't need the bomb plant to go along with it. And even with those first shots, the Switchblade still looks kind of gross in his hands. 6 on board for Saturn so far.
Saturn's already with 6 kills in here, unbelievable. And well, tying the board out of nowhere. That's twice in a row that Icemont could not clutch those rounds. Now Saka with his own 6th kill. He's immediately pushing forward, Storm with the next one. It seems like the beginning of the rounds is being the weakest link for 117, but as time goes on within the rounds, that story changes drastically. Caesar finds that kill onto Fahim. That is now a 3 versus 2. Saturn's alongside with Caesar. Saturn's pushing forward here with a Mac 10, receiving a lot of damage, but still managing to survive. Gets behind the bomb, not gonna be enough. Jay takes that kill, but Caesar gonna take the revenge frag, but at a distance. Once again, Snooze will clutch a point in favor of Icemont. I don't know, man. This could pretty easily be a 5-0, but it is clearly not. And although they're playing really good on the side of Icemont, those mistakes could cause them to eventually, you know, lose their opportunity to win the game.
No, you're absolutely right. It's like, what do you learn from those mistakes? What do you do to turn things around? How do you find the upper hand and keep that momentum rolling? Right now, Saturn's has not been one player to test right here as he gets the sniper shot there to land on 1. Lucky's going to find another. Zaka, though, with the environmental, going to be able to reel it back in for another for himself. And just like that, this round has fallen on its head. It's a 1v3. Bomb is in the hands of Saturn. He's trying to get this A-side rotation. Zaka, plenty of time to make this read. Needs to find at least 1 before he makes the direct approach. And with everybody kind of holding hands onto that A-side, kind of rather difficult now. Nade shot up top. Doesn't give any intel to the side of 117, but gives plenty to Zaka. Bomb's going to go down. Lucky peeling his wig back there. A nasty heady to challenge. We've got ourselves a 3 versus 3, or 3-2-3 score as we flip sides. This is where the test really comes. Did you put in the time that was necessary here? Defense is a little bit of like cleanup. You just, you know, figure out where you're pinpointing those reasons why you failed and just making minor adjustments. The attack, that's a different story.
Okay, well, I mean, Joki is immediately going in favor of Icemont, immediately capitalizing on that. They're going to be planning the bomb now. Storm in the middle of a fight against Derox, hiding behind this car, trying to have a little bit of an advantage, and he does. Great kill here for Storm. That's going to be a 5 versus 2. Lucky alongside with Karma. Karma and Lucky. Karma here with the Crick 6 will find that kill onto Storm. Changes his positioning. 30 seconds left, Verdict, but I feel like the time is going to be the biggest enemy here for 117. They are running out of time more and more. There's not a lot of opportunity here for them, and even less so as Fahim brings down Karma. Lucky in a 1v4, goes for that kill to Fahim. Will take it here with the Deagle, but as I mentioned, it was just way too difficult for them to try to make it happen. That is the first point on the second half going in favor of Icemont again. But that, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's a toss-up.
It's still a toss-up. Yeah, anything can happen. I mean, obviously, 117 are freakishly talented in Search or Destroy. That first round was a great one to start off with. Good post-plant setup there from the boys over to Icemont, and 117 now on the back burners of trying to make this one reeled back, and, well, Lucky, he's going to pull one out of his back pocket. Holy hell. First 2 in his name. Zaka there for the trade as Derek gets dropped. Lucky's still holding on to this bomb heady as the bomb carrier Caesar takes him down. Zaka and Storm now last 2 alive. 1 on the bar, 1 on the bottom side of bedroom. A hope and a dream here to make this one happen. It's a 2v4, and you're being surrounded. The perimeter's completely shut down. Caesar is just waiting for someone to make one wrong move. And then you've got Lucky, who has not missed a shot here on this A-side heady. Zaka's going to go ahead and peek up, flirt with temptation there. It's disaster if he makes the wrong move. It's Caesar who's completely shutting it down. Lucky, though, again, always a thorn in your side. He's a thorn in your backside as well. We're tied up yet again, 4-4. That round, I mean, you just can't account for something like Lucky. He, at times, can be streaky on a map like this. He needed to go big, and he did. And that was the round right there at its own. 3 kills on board for him. Those first 2, absolutely clutch.
Tied up yet again. Derox will find the first blood. Derox still potentially pushing forward for more. Let's see if he does. A lot of us lower approach on the side of Icemont. Caesar with a double. Derox with his own double. A little bit of body shooting, and Caesar will top that off with a triple of his own. Kills, body shooting, and a lot of confidence now building up within 117's bodies. More and more in their favor. That is now 2 in a row going their way. They are, for the first time, I think, with the advantage being into their names and Verdict. I know that there's still a chance on the side of Icemont, but I'm not too sure here. Saka already with double digits pushing on the side of Bar is now losing member after member. He's the only one. Nope, he's down. What is JC doing over here?
Oh, man,
well,
bro.
I guess he was preventing rotation, but...
Yeah. Ooh. It's tough. Minute 20 on the clock. 4 players left to deal with. Caesar, this is for free, right? Okay, good shots. It's now a matter of 1v3. Still very hard to maintain. Obviously, you got Lucky, who's just a freaking nightmare to deal with to begin with. And then on top of that, Saturns, who has had one of the better 1v2 clutches in this game so far. Karma, who is one of the better Search or Destroy players on this team, is also sitting on 7. This is a lot on the line. JSay does get the spot. I don't think he actually saw them, but I know Saturn saw them. Gets the call out, and, well, with that intel, he's going to go ahead and rotate back. Which position are they going to push out of? JSay, CBR in hand. Every move countered as the setup is absolutely flawless here. 1 holding the bomb, 1 in the bar, 1 right here on the B side. Oh, the ring side. Okay, Saturn's dropped. 30 seconds left to go. Speed things up a little bit. Out the window he is. Into the laps of Lucky he goes. 6-4. Map point, series point here. It's on the line.
Match point, that's right. 117, ladies and gentlemen. a neck-to-neck battle in the first half, but after that, they are now rocking the enemy's worlds. Asmon not being able to capitalize early on could be the doom of them now on the later stages of this, and a bit of an odd way of strategizing in here. Seemingly they want to push across the side of Zigzag. I see Snooze here king the bomb. No kills just yet. Oh, there's the opportunity for Derox. Derox noticing a lot of enemies in there, begins to rotate towards the ring side. His allies helping him out, making sure that the enemies are still where they think they are. And, well, right now they're just pretty much choking them. 3 players on the side of 117 just collectively pushing, but they could be Saka trying to come from behind. Saka with HBK, not gonna find anyone there. No opportunity. Derox finally feels confident enough to go for that push, takes the kill number 1 onto Fahim. Verdict, this is a match point opportunity for the side of 117 that I don't think they want to let slide, but Saka, he's been the one helping the most onto the side of Icemod. Finds the double kill for himself, thrown with the next one onto Caesar. Oh my goodness, now changing the pace of all things as they were pretty slow on the previous rounds. Finally, they feel a little bit more confident on the side of Icemod. They went forward and they took those kills onto 117. We're prolonging this a little bit longer, but what do you say? Is this going to be a no-time kind of situation?
You know what? At this particular moment, it's possible. Right now, they're buckling up for an A-side hit. You got Jayce, who's holding the fort down on the flank. Derox, who's been notorious for pushing it. First blood goes through. It's a nade shot. It's Snooze. Bombs downed. And look at the positioning. This could be a little bit overwhelming here for the side of Icemont to recover from. Shots coming through from Caesar. He guns down Storm in cold blood. Jayce still holding the line on the backside. Zaka went big last round. He needs another big round now as BST is dropped. It's all down to 2. The clutch of a lifetime here against this 117 team. Zaka and Jayce trying to make something miraculous happen. I'm going to be honest with you. With the setup that they got right here, the bomb is in no man's land. They only got a minute to go. Not a bit of time can be wasted here. Jayce rounds the corner. Caesar's going to read it. He's going to get some shots in. This is initials, and there goes the pack. Saturn's from the top side. Lucky. They're chucking the whole arsenal at him. And meanwhile, Jayce is able to get away with his life for the time being, but this one, I mean, it's not getting any better. They're not doing themselves any kind of justice by waiting around a little bit longer, waiting for this 117 team to make any wrong moves. So it's, you know, it's a double-edged sword. You go one route, you die. You go the other route, it's a potential that you die too. So calculated moves over towards this pool site now is, you can see it. Karma and team are already reading it. They're already getting shots on it. You got Caesar who's looking to peek through the bottom side of the staircase. There's somebody there. Surely Zaka might get the chances of COD timing in his fate, but it is Lucky who gets the shot from the top rope. Jayce now with a 1v3. Saturn shuts him down. No overtime here, ladies and gentlemen. A better approach here from the side of Icemont. Just not enough to take game 3. 7-5 win for 117 as they get the 2-0 sweep in the series.
I mean, props for the side of Icemont, right? They definitely prepared way better for that search and destroy.
What do we see? Like 7-1, 7-0s against. It was 2 7-1s. Yeah.
So this time being 7-4, and you know, if they were to actually polish those rounds a little bit better, we could have seen a victory for them. But this result, as you mentioned, it's definitely a good sign of a hope, purely on search and destroy, but then at the same time, Hardpoint, that was just disastrous as well. So, you know, one for the other. I'm not too sure with the side of Icemont at this point, but congratulations to 117 as they clutch a 2-0 dub in their way on day number 8. As we're nearly approaching those playoffs moments, that it's really important to get 2-0s whenever you can.
Oh, absolutely. 117 definitely one of those teams who we expect to perform. You know, they had to work for this one, though. Wasn't given away for free, as we've seen other teams just come through and of lesser skill and kind of expose this Icemont roster for what, you know, for what they were in Search and Destroy, which was hot garbage. You know, if I'm being just completely fair. I don't mean that as demoralizing or anything, but the only place you can go after being that low is up, and they did go up. But their up just still wasn't good enough to get the job done. And that's where the series ends. So 11 kills on board for Caesar, 9 for Saturn's, 10 for Lucky, 9 for Derek's, and 7 for Karma. The collective effort. On the flip side of things, you got a little bit of, a carry out of Zaka, some big kills out of JC. Behem and Storm, though, definitely holding the rear back. Maybe need some adjustments here in Search of Troy. Not quite sure what it is, but hell of an effort, hell of an attempt there to take set game 3. Deanna, talk to me. What are we looking at in this series? 2-0. That hard point was brutal to watch. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It was.
It was, as much as I like actually seeing Hacienda, this was very brutal on the side of Icemon. We did started with a good P1 and followed to a very good P2, right, for 117. And the transition for P3 was quite harsh on the side of Icemon. They were just able to pick up a couple of like scrap time, and that was not that wasn't like enough, right? I'm sorry, it's just like I have this open. But yeah, first set of rotations actually ended up with a good lead on the side of 117. And then moving forward, we had P1 locked by Icemon picking up some points, right? But the transition to P2, it was not there, right? It had the spawns and it was a full 60 lock on the side of 117. And then on the P3, right, operators were dropped by both sides. I think they were more on the side of 117, managing to clear out all of the fence areas there and actually cleaning up the hardpoint itself and winning, right? We did had Lucky, who was the MVP with 34 kills. And then moving into the S&D, right? In the first 6 rounds, right, we had actually Icemon being on the defensive side, and they picked up a sheer amount of rounds, right? We were close, we were tied. Before we switched sides, we were 3-3, right? They managed to pick up some rounds. We were going back and forth, right? They were playing good, they were playing calm. It was very good. But then when we switched sides, it was an issue, right? Having 117 on the defensive side, it was more better, I think, for them, because they actually picked up more rounds, right? More rounds in their favor, and that was the point when they actually won the S&D too, right? They had lots of clutches. I did saw Saturn, that 1v2, right? It was very, very good. He managed to clutch it. And then multiple times the good pushes towards the B side and then the good hold on the A side. It was very good on the side of 117. But definitely Icemon did good in the hardpoint, as you guys said before. They were in the S&D, sorry. As you guys said before, they were a little bit struggling in the S&D game. So right now, seeing them picking up 4 rounds, I think, they did good, right? We did had Caesar on the side of 117 was the MVP, 11 kills. And Zaka was on the opposition MVP with 13 kills. So he tried his best. We did saw him picking up 2-3 kills in the feed, and also Jason in the first round, he was doing good. But then, the positioning and everything was quite difficult to actually push and actually get around. So overall, this was our first series tonight, right? So we're gonna get a short break. We're gonna hear a word from our sponsor, Code Mobile and Grilla, and we're gonna be back for the second series of tonight. Welcome back. We sure had a short break because we are ready for the second game of tonight. That's gonna be 31ers versus Animus, and I'm very excited for this matchup. I'm excited for all of them, but this in particular, right? Because I have the chance to see Animus, I have the chance to see 31ers, so it's gonna be awesome, right? But before that, Verdict, do you have any predictions?
Oh God, do I have a prediction? I think it's going to be a great series. I think Animus was put to the test against Kings on last Thursday, and they didn't pass. They look great. They look like a top 2 team in EU, but Kings, who has, I believe, a little bit more potential to get better given their circumstances. They're still a very, very young team. This Animus team has been together for quite a while, and the only adjustments that they've made is they've you know, they don't have Grizz anymore, and they don't have Jirari anymore. But you toss in Balance and Shark. I'm not sure how they stack up against those two and who I take, but Shark at one point was the best player in EU. I mean, it wasn't even a question. Now, a lot has changed since then, and this roster has remained relatively the same. So I think they have what it takes to close this out in a you know, if 31ers put up a hell of a fight, maybe a 2-1. And I don't say that to disrespect 31ers, but the reality of the situation is I don't think they're in the name contention as Animus. Prove me wrong if they are, is what I'm saying, 31ers.
How about Yu-Gi-Oh! Mania? Do you have any predictions?
No, I think as Verdict mentioned, the side of Animus is been so long formed together that I feel like there should be an edge in their favor. Of course, Animus is a team that I've seen for the longest time now, and I do believe that they got the edge in this best of 3. But I don't know. I still feel like Animus could bring in a little bit of a surprise. I think there's a solid shot of us going to a game 3. And if we do, like, it could be interesting to see what the side of the 31ers can do, but I still believe that Animus are going to take it. If I'm honest,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I got it. I wanted to say the same. Like, with all due respect, 31ers put a hell performance the past couple of weeks, right? But still, Animus is like a team that we saw and we keep saw, right? With some changes, right? But we keep saw them actually winning Mobile Mayhem and so on, and winning a lot of games, right? They did had a harder game last week when they played against Kings, but again, I do believe that well, hopefully 31ers will put a good fight in the hard point. Hopefully, maybe we're gonna see a third game. And talking about the third game, Verdi, can you go over the map selection?
I get it. We start off on a raid hardpoint. You don't want anything to do with talking about these maps. I understand it. I see how Dieta works. Obviously, that's where we are going to pick up where we left off in the last series. But it is for that hardpoint for raid. Now, heading over to the game number 2, it is going to be a search and destroy on takeoff. This series, I'm begging for it. This one has potential. And you see the 31ers go ham on one of these 2 maps, or both of them even. That Slums Control is where it's going to come down to. Hacienda and Standoff both banned off the table. Nobody thinking about those. I'm kind of like liking it. Obviously, Animus didn't want anything to do with either Standoff Search or Standoff Hardpoint, and I respect it.
I don't like the raid, but it's a great map selection, right? We don't we don't have the chance to see that much control slumps, right? Usually slumps is banned as Hacienda, so if we're gonna get a third game, I'm actually looking forward to it. And also Takeoff, we usually see them always as a hardpoint game, you know. So it's like seeing as an SND, it's I'm actually happy for it. But raid, it doesn't have a place here, guys. Come on, be with me, please.
It
What
doesn't
is
have a
this?
place. Wow.
Nah, I'm joking, but yeah. I do see both teams are here. Maps are ready. We are ready. I am ready. So, guys, I'm gonna be back after the second matchup of tonight. Good luck, guys.
All right, thank you.
Right.
And I want to say a special thank you. I completely overlooked not just Drozen, but Brat, who came through with 21 right before the map ended last game. Huge shout out to Brat, 21 gifted subs, as well as from Drozen just a moment ago. We're getting geared up for it. This is one of our highlight series of the night. We've had top 6 bangers all night long. First one, kind of a miss. We're going to see redemption here in this one now as we hop into it. It is going to be the hardpoint on raid, ladies and gentlemen. Intro is playing. Game has started. Ringside push now is, I'm on board with Aether, but it's a sea of blue across the screen now as he finds the first blood for his team. Not going to be enough to get this ringside control right now. It is Animus in the driver's seat. They are cruising to a little bit of uncontested time here in the ring.
My goodness, great job done there by the side of Narcs and Marvel. They made sure that well. Their opponents could not get any closer whatsoever. Right now, Ether is trying to sort of push from behind, but I do believe that Balance might be ready for this strategy. Ether there going for that kill, but he is struggling like crazy. Only then he does manage to pull through. Legacy also with a kill onto Marvel. They do get the last, I want to say 18 seconds or so going their way. There's the chance for Marvel to try to continue to fight back for that positioning here with a Ogre. Gets one kill, goes for the double, but I'm not too sure if it was actually worth it to go for those kills. Eventually he gets killed himself, but the spawns are going to be heavily in favor of his team. Immediately pushing for this positioning is the set of Marvel, and well, 7 kills for Gothilla. The spawns are no longer going to be favoring that much for Animus. Okay, I'm liking it so far, and, and Heather is already ramping up a few streaks here.
Yeah, he is. It's a close game. Kitchen side broken. Backside spawns are not locked down as of yet. Here comes the Preddy, 2 in the middle of the map, making a triple piece. And Nutella gets the lacquer on the backside now as they were trying to get the push through the laundry side of things. Here comes the direct approach. Gothilla, he's hot. He's got 8 on board, not hot enough to get back into the kitchen site. A lockdown, 31ers. Worth their weight in gold here on this objective in this P2 break. As a matter of fact, you can see it. They've taken a little bit of a lead. 15 seconds left to go. What better way to saddle up for new than to say, hey, we just got completely team wiped. Let's go ahead and hit the garage, bro. Those hot rods surely going to be able to pay off huge dividends now. 1 player left on the objective in Aether. He is collecting times for days as his team is now on the journey to get this flip. 8 seconds left to go before this hill pops. And with the first set of kills coming through in the first wave, it's already getting shut down. So 75-34, a little bit of a lopsided affair so far, but this is where greatest regains happen right here on the P3 side. They got the first wave shut down. Can they hold off more? Looks like they are holding steady and firm here on this garage site. Shark is just spraying and praying through the walls, bro. There's nobody getting through gem site. And then Narcs. Good God.
Yeah, that combo unable to get through that gym. Incredible. Now on top of that, there's the use of the Pred missile who picks yet another kill for himself. My goodness, those 30 seconds were just pure fire in favor of Animus. There's now 30 more to go. Let's see if they continue with the defense. Not gonna be as easy this time around. The only one alive is now gonna be Sharks. Shark with a double. Shark going in for the triple. Not gonna be possible once again for those about 18 seconds left. That are going to be super good for the 31ers, you know, and that's something that Gothilla knew. So he begins to fight back for that time. He's like, you know what, if you at least are not getting any more of an advantage gap in here, that's good enough for me. And that's what Gothilla is doing. His teammates are trying to rotate onto the side of the basketball court, but not going to be easy. Nutella begins to push. No, Nutella going to be shut down. The next one to try to get inside is going to be Legacy alongside with Ether and Nutella. There's the pop of the claw by Legacy. And the break yet again happening in favor of the 31ers. It's been just a great start overall for the 31ers, you know?
Yeah, it has. It's been a great one right there. The break here on the P4 site. They get a little bit of contested time there on the P3, but they had a little bit of a cushion rolling into it. So all is well here now. Regains here for the P4 site. Looking absolutely clutch, but 2 players making the push through. The slide peaks are on point, but it is not going to stick. The retake right back on point. In the driver's seat we see 31ers starting to make a name for themselves here in this hard point. And Animus starting to get a little bit outplayed here on this P4 site. Granted, this is a disgusting one to hold down, obviously. If you have any kind of map control here, I mean, it could be just whisked away by the spawns of one player. Look at Marvel. He's trying to get him going down the staircase, gets shots on both. Aether going to be able to stay alive and live to tell the tale now. It's 30-point advantage rolling into P5. Reset is right around the corner, but this one's neck and neck. I gotta hand it 31ers. You may not be winning a lot of these gunfights, but you are winning a majority of these hill times. And time is the name of the game here in the hard point. So, Attack 5 pop, Shark and team trying to seal the deal and close the gap. First 10 seconds, completely uncontested.
Alright, got 45 seconds. Verdict is either the only one is Nox. Nox trying to survive for dear life. There's his allies to help him out. There's a push from Nether. Not gonna be enough. The use of the Hunter Killer drone is more than enough. Nox doing an insane job making sure that he's surviving. People are going left to right, but it's actually a nade who's gonna finally end his streak. This game still neck to neck from one another. Nutella here, the Purifier finds the kill onto Balance. He realizes that they might be spawning on the side of Kitchen, so he begins this move, but not gonna be enough. Gets spotted by Gathila. We're going back onto the P1 reset and Verdict. Why don't we go take a quick listen in onto one of the 2 teams? What do you say?
Let's go ahead and buckle up with Animus. They got the setup here in P1. They got a chance for a comeback. Let's see how their comms sound now as they get ready for this P1 reset.
Guys, be careful. Landry,
I'm watching red.
Coming.
Watch out the busters.
Dead Landry.
One more, I
Let's go
think.
the busters.
Top Landry. Only one top Landry. Nice, well played, Landry.
Dead Landry.
One Landry. I go top Landry.
Watch our red and driveway. Watch our red and driveway.
Red. Top red and red. Top red and red.
Top red, one shot. Top red, absolutely. Top red,
Top red,
absolutely.
top red. Watch your driveway. No, watch
Driveway,
driveway.
driveway.
Let's go point, guys. Let's go
Bottom
point.
red and top red. Bottom red.
Go help on side, go help on side.
Top red, I go point.
One more, 4 dead.
Go new.
Comment c'est new, guys? Check your zig, guys. Check your zig.
On you.
Top red.
Go new.
Les gars.
Come
Allez.
One, middle. Vas-y.
Dead.
I go
I
next
got
to
some
you.
my tech 5.
I got Purify, use Tech 5. I got
Heaven
Purify.
dead.
No, so.
Okay. I used my Pure already, so.
Maybe money.
Ouais. Now watch me.
Nice, which side?
Go for this one, boys.
Kitchen,
One
wait, attends.
basketball.
3, 2, 1.
Kitchen, left, bien you. Dead kitchen.
One more sack, guys, come on.
You can pull basketball. I'm gonna pay money.
Jungle balance.
Oh, so good. The boy is now cooking as we look at it. The Purifier is popped. Attack 5 finally going to get called in. Marvel now pulling out the ante. Shut down, though. Is a little bit of a spoil now as the setup is still here. Comms were immaculate. Balance, man. He was on a burner, Gil, let me tell you.
Yeah, and there's 40 seconds in here. Nox once again with the Sparrow. I feel like Nox has been taking just a lot of value every single time they use those operators. They are making the best of them. Now Sharks on his own. Still 25 seconds left, so Sharks still managing to survive. There's the help from Marvel. The pre-fire is there. Legacy takes that kill from behind. There's a push from Ether. The retake about to happen, and Ether finds the way to do so here, and immediately goes for the potential spawn onto the opponents, reading them like a book. He knows perfectly where they're gonna be spawning, but still gonna be executed now. Everybody rotating onto Garage, but as you mentioned, by Balance getting onto a Bloodfest, and then his allies following through with that advantage to finally get to their name. That could be the lead that they needed, you know?
Yeah, it is. We're right. Look at it. Gore there winning some big gunfights, able to flip the spawns on their head. Is going to get sold there out by Balance, who has been on a freak of a game. Shuts down the 2-piece there. Nutella going to be able to pop out the operators. Let's go ahead. We've done justice. Listen in with Animus. Let's go ahead and dive in with the side of 31ers as they buckle up for a comeback. They're going to need to shut down Animus here on the garage side first.
Train Ambo.
Ich flashe wieder.
Einer blue, einer
Ich will Contest.
Einer
Einer mit Contest spielen müssen.
Contested, ich geh nicht. Ich geh next.
Einer mit Dead.
Krieg das nicht. Contested einfach.
Nice. Egal. Ich bin
geflasht.
Zwei kommen, Mann. Zwei Pools.
Pool, auf Point.
Einer Kitchen Dead.
Nice, wichtig.
Ich
bleib im Kitchen.
Basketball, one.
Jungs, komm, es ist ein Hill-Goal, komm.
Einer Hackage.
Einer hat mich Pool. Einer im Pool jetzt im Point.
Alles für dich, ich guck kurz.
Okay, zwei und einer Bar.
Die stacken Hill.
Die haben Tag 5.
Zwei inside.
Bar dead.
2 Point. Einer.
This one's getting heated. This one's getting out of hand. It is Animus all over the objective. They got top side control. They got Marvel in the pool doing wonders here with the Annie. Here comes the Preddy. 2 up top. Dead. Super kill. Merciless. Predator absolutely going bonkers. As 7 in the feed for the Madman. And just enough to continue the hemorrhage. This 31ers team, they got hit by a haymaker. And they have yet to recover here on the P4 side. Only 10 seconds needed for Animus to shut this one out.
It took them a long while, but once they began to hit them hard, they would just not stop. 243 to 160 out of nowhere. We had more than half this game just so close, back and forth. But right now, there is just even more of an opportunity to win it all. There's no one to get close. The closest one is going to be Legacy trying to get inside, but missing that opportunity. Animus, like I mentioned, took them a while, but it was just incredible. It was incredible. The balance going on a rampage. The opportunity. I think Shark also started doing the exact same thing. Marvel also helping around with his own use of the operator. It was just insane. How different they played that in game on the side of Animus.
Oh man, it's like that second set of hills popped in Animus. Put some respect on their names. They are an absolute nightmare to play against. And I was looking at it earlier on. Marvel wasn't really having the performance that he ended up with. I got to catch some of those kills in that 7 feed. How do you get 7 feeds like that quick? I'll tell you how. Skip the kill cam and just go right back to spawning, and he's got you with a Preddy. 2 minutes and 46 seconds on the hill for Shark as well, but 3 minutes is your OBJ breadwinner for Narcs. Freak of a game for him. Your MVP. He is on the players to watch here at EU. He's on the move. 38 and 22 for Cathilla. He was a nightmare. And then you combine that, you're looking at it, Balance is the bottom frag. And we watched him on that P1 reset. I couldn't take my eyes off of him. He was cooking, bro. He was cooking. Inside the kitchen, outside, it didn't matter, bro. He wanted the beef. He brought it and delivered it ASAP.
30 plus, you know?
Yeah. Good night. What a game. And on top of that, 31ers were able to keep it close up until that second set of hills pop, and then we just started seeing Animus run away with it. Wow. It's a different breed here.
31ers definitely, they had a great strategy across the game, but once Animus was just... They were aware of what 31ers were doing, because like you mentioned, although it was close, I would say that arguably the kills were always in favor of Animus, and even deeper than that on the later stages of the game. So yeah, 31ers they put on a great effort, but on the high note for Animus there at the end, it was incredible. And well, now we begin to think onto that search and destroy, because Verdict is going to be on takeoff, and I'm not too sure. I just feel like Animus had done so great at the very end of that game that I don't know what we could see in here. I said that we might go to a game 3, but honestly, I'm not too sure what to expect here for the search and destroy.
And we've been begging for game 3s all day long. Why? Because we only got 3 series now. We got to make the best of it, right?
Yeah.
Well, we get into the ring. Obviously, this is, rhetorical and, realistically, we got into the ring inside of P1. And it started out great for 31ers. Hell, they had a 50-point, 60-point advantage rolling into that P3. The first set of hills looked great, but we get into the deeper and, later parts of the match, and obviously things were just way too overwhelming for them. Right now, it's a map pick here for Animus. First Blood's coming through for Gore. Yes, they're going to be on the first 6 rounds of the defense, but this is EU. anything can happen here on the attack. Attila going to strike back quickly there as they got the secret side of the map controlled, and this might be ample time for a quick B hit now as we see Gore still up top here holding down the top side. Marvel piecing as he finds his first of this one. Finally gets shut down now as Gore comes down to the bottom side of the staircase. Hello. Entry frags for days. 2 for 2 we go, but the bomb's planted. 40 seconds on the clock. It's a 3v3.
General Gore could have gotten that kill, but by getting killed now there himself by Godzilla, I'm not too sure how doable this is going to be. There's the opportunity for Shark to surprise them. The call-out is going to be made of where the opponents are at, so Shark goes through the red, through yellow, sorry, and picks up that initial kill. They get the last one, 1-0 lead, immediately going in favor of the offensive side, which I feel like it's been like the odd rule, most consistent on the side of Europe. You know, we see on every other place that defense is usually the one where you get the most points, but on Europe we all know how different they like to be, right?
Oh yeah, definitely like to be different. Right there, first-blooded Nutella. Find a way to play his life now, trying to make something happen there on the front side of the map. Not happening. Shark though, through the hit bomb carrier is literally on the opposite side of somebody. He doesn't know it, now he does. Balance. Gonna be able to find one Gore. Gonna get dropped as well, and it's all down to Aether. This one is getting flipped on its head quickly here, chat. With Aether getting spotted there by Balance, he doesn't even stick the bomb plate. He wants a gunfight. Lit by the gunny, died by the gunny. Wide open challenges here in Takeoff. They are not favorable in 1v3 scenarios. Gotta be a little bit more sneaky. And surely enough, 2 rounds in, 2 rounds dusted. 2-0 lead in favor of Animus. They're on the attack, and boy, are they bringing the pain. 3rd round in now.
Like, I don't need that bomb plant, so might as well just go deeply for that kill. Marvel immediately with the first blood heat. Aether trying to defend will find one goal for the second and gets it. Also an assist and the opportunity for a triple. Okay. Shut down the Knight. That entrance through that door. Marvel the only one allowed. Will find that shot onto only them, but Aether gets a 4th. My boy was a one-man army on that door, and no one could safely go through that. Okay, a little bit of over-aggression I might as well add on the side of Animus that got completely stopped by single-handedly Aethering here.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of momentum coming into that round, too. 2 rounds, you've kind of just had your way with 31ers. Right now, they are starting to pick up the slack. Balance, though, trades. As he gets taken down, Zed's going to be able to find one, but he's done as well now. 3v3, and this is where we see another brute force push over towards the A side. Aether's not there to hold down the line. How are you going to prevent this bomb from going down? Well, it's Nutella trying to get sneaky with it on the backside of Stadium. Not able to find the gunfight there as he gets clobbered by 3, and well, Animus, they are perfectly content with just holding the line here on the Stadium site. Marvel says, hell no, Verdict. We want the smoke. 3-1. And just like that, hey, if it didn't work the first time, let's try it again. Let's just do it a little differently. Marvel, already, he's literally on 7 right now. We're only 4 rounds in. What a freak.
Oh, man, I'm going to stick around with Marvel. DLQ in hand, waiting for potential victim to walk by. Misses the first shot, but gets the call for his allies to push forward. Not going to be enough. Balance going to be executed. Marvel alive. I don't know how he didn't get a flick in there. Only then with the double. Verdict, it seems like 31ers are also not on board with what's going on in favor for Animus. They want to change the pace of things, and they immediately get 3 kills in their favor. Bomb could be picked up by Shark, but no. Shark takes a kill and immediately bites the dust himself, gets traded out. Marvel in the middle for 1v4 will be spotted by none other, ladies and gentlemen, than Aether himself. My boy be helping the squad like crazy, but not only him. I also gotta add that effort put by the hands of General Gore. Already with 5 kills, we're gonna be moving onto the 6th round. We're already halfway through, Verdict. And it feels like it's been like 2 minutes only of this game. What's going on?
Things are getting quick here. Takeoff, one of those bigger maps, and these guys are antsy. They're ready to get the guns hot now as Aether has made the way up to the top, but it's Narcs who finds 2 in the feed. Make it 4 on board for him. Doesn't know it, but Zed's literally right around the corner. He's going to get taken down now. Zed's going to be able to take down Narcs as we see the trades. It's 2 for 1 now. As bomb's made its way over, it's already getting planted. That's right. Job's almost done. It's the last round on the attack, and what better way to close out than with a round win? Gothilla, bomb in hand, going to go ahead and try and get this stock balance, trying to clear the middle of the map. He's got a KRM. Hey, maybe a little bit of hope there. Legacy is going to be able to find one. Zed's going to be able to take down your KRM bandit, but with the bomb not being planted, Marvel and Shark now all are on their own. This one might be a spoiled round. We start to see a little bit of a fight back. This might be tied up before we get the side flips. We'll see if Marvel and Shark have anything to say about it. Legacy here on the inside. First person to encounter Marvel if he does decide to get a little bit antsy with the push. Legacy just holding down the fort there in the corner. Marvel! Holy hell!
Marvel.
The flick! The timing! Everything just going his way there. And Legacy didn't see it coming. We'll see you next round. Bomb's been collected. Shark's going to do the deed, but Marvel now on his own. A noble sacrifice here. We'll see if Marvel can make something out of this situation in this 1v2.
Marvel. Ooh, clean. They're defusing. Marvel.
Ooh.
Managed to get out of there. 25 seconds. They're defusing. Marvel cannot get there in time, I don't think. Marvel, that's the problem when you got that DLQ and Shorty combo, right? If you get caught walking forward without Shorty, you're gonna be taken down. The sniper is just not usable in there. Try to cook that nade, but he was not a quick enough cook. Bomb got defused. We are gonna get even numbers, ladies and gentlemen. 3 for each. As we flip spawns, Legacy will find the first blood. Legacy immediately pushing for more. He will miss a couple of shots and eventually gets executed by Marvel. They don't care about losing a member. They are now holding a fort, trying to prevent enemies from going through the side of Yellow. Not gonna be enough. Marvel gonna be taken down. Carrying the bomb, there's none other than Ether. Problem could be balance. No one has spotted this player. He could bring in an element of surprise. Only them gets taken down. Balance with the opportunity. He finds 2 enemies. Goes for those kills. Not gonna be possible. Oh my goodness, quick reaction there for Ether. Now Narc's in the middle of a 1v3 bomb. Potentially going to be planted quite soon. But he still will have 3 enemies to try to make sure that he gets killed. Finds the first enemy, lands the shot onto Ether. Immediately goes to look onto red. No one on those buildings, on those windows. So Narcs, what do you want to do? Push forward. Go to the right, go to the left. It is possible, it is doable, but it's definitely not going to be easy as he lands the shot onto General Gore, just making it look easy in a way. Narcs just frying without the LQ, wants to go defusal, but Nutella is in a great spot, and at this point, the time is the biggest issue. Narcs, there's not a whole lot you can do in here, but he goes to look into the window.
Oh, you know what? Look, you know what? Wasn't a great play, but he did time. That's all that matters, right? Great play. You know, not a great play, terrible play, but had the best intention, and he played as much time as he possibly could. Obviously, there was only 4 seconds on that clock. Narcs a little slow to get over there to that bomb site and get that fake diffuser rolling. Obviously, we all know once you get that bomb down on the B site, if you hold the top side angle, it is almost said and done. Easy as it can be. Now is time played to a T there. Another round in favor of 31ers, and they are ready to rock here in this next round. 2 bodies dropped. Nutella, Legacy. Getting bodies, but a Shark and Marvel combining for 2 as well. The numbers not favoring them at the moment, though, as Gore is going to be eating a lot of bullets. He's 1 shot, but going to be able to stay alive, and that's massive. Marvel on the bottom side, waiting for the hop down. We can do-si-do. I'll pull out the Shorty now. I'll pick up your Deagle as well. And that is going to be a little bit of a power position here on this A-side hit, so 38 seconds left to go. We got a clean 2v2. Medical is occupied currently by Legacy, who's got a clear angle on the bomb site, and he got 1 in ticket. Might be a decent little setup. Let's see if Marvel and Gothilla can spoil it. First hit now. As Gothilla is going to round right in front of the ticket side. Does not anticipate it. Great post-plant positioning. This is some great IQ here from the 31ers. They are notorious for being a devious search and destroy talent. Right now, they're flexing it. Marvel now to 1v2. 10 seconds left to go. First blood in. Got to take down Aether. Aether is hit marked!
Wow.
But he's not going to be able to get the kill, and that's going to be the round. Let's just get the kill for fun. Whoa, no, not so fast, my friend. Aether picks up his 9th. Close that one out. It was a win either way. 5-3. Lead transfer. Oh, man, bro. God, that had to have been, like, so infuriating.
Oh, man. I mean, I feel like that was the right move, right? At the end of the day, you can't expect him to be there. And he actually was, so... Oh, that would have been crazy, man, but unfortunately that was just not the case. Another point going in favor of the 31ers, having a great round once again on the offensive side. This time around, though, they're the ones who suffered not 1 but 2 kills immediately. General Gore and Ether both being secure, the players with the most kills, but Legacy is still confident, comfortable, making sure that they are not getting too out of hands on these rounds. Problem is, he has no clue that there's someone behind. Surprise!
Oh,
says
boy.
Balance, take them down. Surprise, says Balance, brings in the double. And now Balance deep in. No, that's actually the Godzilla. Never mind. I thought it was Balance because of the length of the name, but, you know, great bounce back round for the side of Animas because this was getting out of hand for them.
Oh, it was. Great round to reel back in. This one is we flip sides, and man, 31ers put the pedal to the metal.
I feel like the kills are in favor of Animas, right?
No, I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, the kills are. I mean, look at Marvel. He's 13-6. The kills are in favor, but you got to think, man, Search or Destroy is not about getting all the kills in a row. Obviously, you can start off with 2 bloods that could hemorrhage a team and kind of, you know, force their hand one way or another, force them to hold the staircase. Look at where we see the side of Nutella. He is firmly planted in the staircase. It doesn't matter. Sharp with the 2-piece. Balance cleans up the last. Kills favoring you, but those 2 rounds that the side of 31ers have won were just better played rounds in Search or Destroy. I mean, you don't have to get the kill to win the round. You can play time once you get that bomb plant down, and that's what the 31ers have utilized to their advantage. Right now, they are being just choked to death. They're not even allowed to make it, you know, mid-map. Right there, they win a few gunfights for themselves. Balance is dropped. Godzilla, though, there to get the quick trade. Godzilla with 2. And just like that, you prevent this team from getting the bomb plant down, and it's a different ball game. You force them to win the gunnies. You take the fight to them. It is completely different scenarios and outcomes right here, as they are swarmed here. Gore is. And a round going back in favor. That's 3 in a row there for the side of Animas. They are locking it in.
They got those 3 in a row, and I feel like it could be because of the way that they figured out if we allow them to move, to read, to think what's gonna happen next. There's too much strategizing there. They're strategizing across this game 1 and 2 has been really, really great, but when it comes down to that aggression, it can be difficult for them. Now, Nutella finds a kill, but gets spotted by Godzilla. There could be a push going towards A, but I'm intrigued. I definitely think that Animas will begin to push for where they think the opponents could be at, which right now is inside of that stadium and at spawn. The one at the spawn is going to be Legacy with the DLQ in hand. Just going left to right. Where can an enemy be at? 40 seconds have passed by, and only the 1-for-1 trades have been settled in here. Balance with a perfect positioning, just waiting for someone to walk by, for something to actually happen, to be heard in this area. They're just waiting. They want to secure. They do not want overtime on the side of Animas. They just want the 2-0 lead and get it over with. They won't. The only one defending on 2 Alpha is Marvel, and
he's just waiting for the call. He's just waiting for the call. I mean, he's like, hey, you guys cut off the middle of the map. If they come to A, I got you. No activation for him is, he's actually given, maybe he's a little AFK, I don't know. This is questionable to say the least. I'm confused too. Look, Gore's actually right on the outskirts. They got perfect position, and this bomb plant goes down, but Gore doesn't realize it. Here comes Marvel, the 2-piece, putting them in the blender. Aether now left alive. 30 seconds, no time can be played here in this one. He's already been ousted as the location. The bomb's already been hopped. Narc's going to go ahead and do the D, ladies and gentlemen. Cue that music.
You're not ready for that.
This series is over. Marvel says, no question about it, homie. I'm here. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to go absolutely crazy with it. Just need that bomb to go down so I can go ahead and spoil their fun. No post-plant positioning could save you from that one.
Man, Marvel, I think he was there for so long without moving, without making sound. If we thought he was AFK, 31 had absolutely no clue of what was coming their way. Like, absolutely. Even when he got the first kill, I think it was, who might have been then? I think it was General Gore. He was so surprised that I don't think he even made the call. He was like, I don't know where he's at.
Yeah, I have no idea. Was it a crazy wall bang or? Well, he was up there for so long. If he was playing Modern Warfare 2 ranked, he would have got kicked for being AFK. Yes, that is the thing, Chad. Look, let me tell you, I was in the bedroom, the top side of bedroom on a hotel control, and I was snaking my butt off, bro. I was moving. I was moving. I was literally moving. I actually dolphin dived by accident and threw a tactical. But if you sit there for so long in the same vicinity, they kick you. I don't understand that. Yeah, I don't get it. And for that instance, the patience paid off there for Marvel. Long story short, nobody knew he was there. Nobody knew what was going to happen. The call out definitely wasn't received properly. The kill cam had to have been watched because by the time it happened, both of them were dead.
Oh man. Well, although we're close, once again, we're gonna get the second 7-5 victory on Search and Destroy, and also the second 2-0 wipe on the second match. You know, a lot of constant results here tonight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Constant results. Now we're gonna get another update here from the one and only Deanna. Talk to me. 2-0 handling business there for Animus. Some good games, though, from 31ers. They are certainly still a team you got to keep on your radar.
They actually started very, very good, talking about the hardpoint, even if they played on the map as Raid. And I'm not saying because I don't like Raid, but I'm saying because Raid has that difficult P4 spawns, right? They're a nightmare, and we saw that, right? If you played at least once Raid hardpoint, you know that P4, it's like the point, the spawns are terrible. So yeah, we did start with a close P1 followed by a lockdown on the P2, right? On the side of 31ers, they actually started very strong, and then the P3 opened with good spawns for them, but Animus managed to break them through garage, right? Managed to break them and actually get some points, and P4 spawns are just brutal, as I said. So both teams are trying to keep as close as possible, and finishing the first set of rotations, we kind of ended up to have a close game. Now moving towards the second set of rotations, right? Animus started to picking up more and more points. Their rotations were, I could say earlier a little bit, maybe better, and managed to actually get a lead. And then moving towards the P2, right, we had the extended lead and so on. And I think on P3 or P4 was close, and they managed to win, right? It was a close beginning of the game, but then in the second hill of rotations, when you're expecting that it's more like better, because you know you have your kills, you have your operators, maybe some score streaks on both teams, but it was in favor of Animus. Now we did had Gutia with 38 kills being the MVP. And moving towards this S&D, right, Takeoff, a very weird map, right? And I saw, well, we said this, Animus is a very, very good S&D team, and it was quite close. I was not expecting the S&D to be close. If I would had to guess, I was thinking that having the third game would be by 31ers winning the hardpoint, and at the beginning looked promising, right? But Animus actually won. So now going into the S&D, I don't really had much faith that 31ers gonna win. With all due respect, they are very good and they proved us wrong so many times, but I do believe Animus did better in the previous game. So right now, obviously, we started with a defensive side for 31ers, and the first round were lost by them. In the fourth round, they kind of picked up two right kills, and then picked up that round and the next one, keep it close. So we were kind of going back and forth again, as in the previous hardpoint, right, at the beginning. But then when we switch sides, right, the teams were still kept it close, right? And then 31ers started to get more rounds. They had a lead on their side, but then Animus started to get more rounds. They had 4 in a round, and they actually won. Marvel was the MVP with 15 kills. So yeah, this was the second matchup of tonight. It was quite close. The S&D closer than I was expecting, and the hardpoint was good, but in the first set of rotations, in my opinion. But yeah, this is the second game of tonight, right? We're gonna take a short break from. We're gonna hear word from our sponsor, CODM and Grilla, and we're gonna be back for our third game of tonight. Welcome back. We did had a short break talking about raccoons, but we are back now for the third game of tonight. It's gonna be Kings versus FA Ducks. And Germania, do you have any predictions?
I am not sure. If I'm being honest with you, I would have said Dogs, like going for FA Dogs in the past, but I've heard that on the last day that Kings did quite alright for their own, and you know, I am unsure. what do you think, Verdict?
I've got to roll with Kings. I think the only answer is Kings. I think Ducks have been like a team that is vastly underperformed this whole entire season.
Okay.
You know, if anything, today is their day to redeem themselves. They're able to take one map off of this Kings team, who is coasting off a very, very big victory over Animus last Thursday.
Yeah.
I will forgive all of the past, performances that we've seen from this team. You know,
I mean,
whether they won or
points, I know that they're underperforming, but they're not playing bad necessarily. You know,
they're not playing great, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
True.
for a team of this
true.
caliber, they need to be playing great. There's no question about it.
Yep.
Right, agreed.
Exactly. I do agree with what you said. We saw them in the past couple of broadcasts. They kind of struggled right in their game. So hopefully today's gonna be a day when they can redeem themselves. But yeah, Kings coming in and playing right now, it's gonna be quite hard, right? They did have their share of like wins last week, right, against Animus, and to be honest, they looked pretty strong. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna perform on this map selection. So Gilmania, can you go over them?
Absolutely. Why don't we go take a look onto what we're gonna see on this best of 3, and that is going to be as follows: Hardpoint on firing range, then search and destroy on raid, and a potential third game of control on summit. Kings opted to ban takeoff, while the Dogs banned hacienda. And all right, okay, so firing range to begin with. What do you think about that, Diana? You don't hate it, right?
Right, but like I'm very happy. But no, both teams are very good, right? Both teams put a hell of performance, right?
Yeah.
Minus Dax in the past couple of broadcasts, but again, maybe knowing that today they're playing against Kings, maybe we're gonna see a closer hardpoint, right? It's gonna be very, very difficult in my opinion, because Kings has that good, they always have good positioning, they always have early spawns, they always have someone who anchor, they always have someone who goes for the kills, and the most important, they always have at least 2-3 people who play the OBJ. We did saw them doing that the past couple of days, right? So even if they are like multiple people who are actually getting a lot of kills, they are staying on the point too, and that is important. So hopefully we're gonna see a close hardpoint game, but I am not sure. But both teams are here in the lobby, right? And I think they are ready. You guys are ready, so have fun. I'm gonna be back after this matchup.
Alrighty, Deanna will be joining us after this one. This one will be the last one of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta go big. Need to see a game 3 here. Need to see Ducks step up. More importantly, we need to see them rise up to the occasion. What I will say about this matchup is Grizz will remain in chat. He will not be playing. And Spy will face off against his quote-unquote former team. That's right. Nova is dominated in not recent, but a majority of the Mobile Mayhem seasons that I were a part of prior to.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Nova has since left the building. And Spy, he's no longer a part of the crew. He's opted to rotate over to somewhere new, and the Kings roster looking pretty damn good so far now, as we see opening points being opened up for business. It is going to be the side of FA Ducks, who are all over the objective for the time being, but it is the kills on the outskirts of the P2 area, where you can see the early rotations now being spoiled. It is going to be Kings swarming the Ducks here on this 10 site.
I am like, how do you quote-unquote defend a whole heal for 30 seconds with a single kill? I felt like that was a little bit of a downplay on the side of Kings. They finally get control of the inside of it. They are still continuing to get an insane amount of kills, but you know, they give away 24 points for free. But you know, at the end of the day, as you mentioned, if they manage to continue controlling those rotations for the next kills, maybe it won't matter no more. In here, 10 seconds left. The only one inside of it is going to be Spy. Spy finding a kill, going for the double. Pretty much everybody coming down from down below, but he's still up and running. Finally, Creed is going to take him down, but pays the price by the hands of that 100-killer drone, as I mentioned. The rotation really early on to the side of Kings, Honor with a double kill. Now defending from the outskirts of the hill, there's Rasmo and Raid. Raid waiting for someone to walk by. He finds the first victim, takes that kill onto the enemy, goes for the double, but gets spotted by not Veer. Veer here with a double kill of his own. The only one alive is gonna be Honor. The use of the EM2 is gonna be brought to us once again here. Honor with 9 kills will be executed, and the retake will finally happen in favor of the FA Ducks. It took them about 30 or so seconds, but because of those 24 initial points, you know, they're still up and running.
Yeah, they are. They're up and running. They're going to take the lead now. 20 seconds left to grab here in P2. Armory, not so much of a lockdown anymore. Both teams have had their fair share of it, and right now the fair share here over the P3 rotation is going to be Kings all the way up inside that trailer now. A little bit of time to break here on this before this one opens up. You can see the motions over towards. One person is going to be dropped. Creed trying to get some kills on the outskirts here as the objective is about to pop open. Get yourself justice by doing a little bit of break in there on the P2 site. Now it's going to be the hard work as the tac buys pop. Kings are rocked. And they are going to continue to deliver the blows now as the Duck's going to be hemorrhaging. Creed going to win a big gunfight on the outskirts of the map, but it's nowhere near the objective. And so far, so good here. Kings locking it down for the first 20 seconds, it appears to be. But Creed is still rocking in here in the top side of 10 now as he's trying to get a little streaks going. Trying to get a little bit of that courage to get inside of the objective. Big kills on the outskirts. Swarming the hill is going to be 2 players, but they are instantly shut down. They are met by Raid on the outside, too. This might be a full 60 here in the trailer site.
I mean, it should be. They popped not 1, not 2, but 4 operators on this kill. They immediately pop 3, and now the 4th one is going to be used by Raid right here with the claw. And they actually lost the last member alive, but their enemies are still not inside. Finally, they get in there by the hands of Champy. Champy then dropping about 10 seconds of scrap time going in favor of the FA Ducks, but that should lead to a score to continue to be as tied up as it can be. But once again, the rotation really early, always there first, is going to be settled there by Kings. Champy trying to change that as we speak. Champy for his kill number 1. And I just realized, Champy's a red dot on that?
Yeah, he's using a red dot, but I thought you were going to put out the obvious, which was the donut in the hands of Fates, bro. I don't know how you play 3 hills. What? We are 5 minutes into this game. And he's got not a single kill, but yet a donut. Maybe he's lagging, bro. I'm watching him, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. This isn't normally what we see out of Faints. He is not necessarily the greatest player in EU, but he has certainly got to be better than what he is performing right now. The Bison here, I was in VC with Champy over the weekend. I said, bro, can you do me a favor and just get rid of the red dot, man? Just do me a favor. Do us all a favor. Do it. They're Faints. Not 1, but 2 there in the feed for himself. Finally gets on board and popping the donut club and graduating to 2 breadsticks this time around now. First set of hills down. It is Kings in the driver's seat, but they are on the backside of the control and the objective time. So 105 to 92, 13-point deficit. And they're already trying to get that set up for noon. You gotta love it.
It's felt kind of odd on the side of Kings because I feel like they could, at least from the way they're playing, they could have like 100 points lead in their favor, but because of their lack of a path to get inside of the kills, they are not, you know, the kills are just heavily in their favor by already about a 20 kills lead going their way within only the first set of rotations. I feel like they could be winning by a whole lot more. Actually, finally, Rasmo is going to be getting himself inside, finds that kill onto Beer. Rasmo now with 16 kills, heard someone up above, goes for that kill, takes it like it's nothing. It's Beer again. My boy Beer gonna have nightmares by Rasmus Holger in here. But they still get that kill. Faints will once again get inside. Those might be squad time seconds where we've seen FA Dogs just taking onto the very last one of them. They know how important they can be, and they are still, ladies and gentlemen, in the lead. We're moving now on to point number 2. The only one inside is going to be here, Rasmo. Rasmo now trying to survive, finds kill number 1, goes for kill number 2, but through the wall. Not gonna be able to find it. You know that they're gonna be pushing. Finds the kill onto Neil. Gets the double onto
Good
Faith.
night.
Turns around and goes for the triple, but Champy's gonna say no to that. Champy may only have 9 kills, but this Bison, man, is just killing
Okay.
him, man. Another double for Champy. Still alive. Has the opportunity to use the Purifier whenever he feels like it. Goes for that kill.
Okay.
Takes it onto Rasmo now. Finally gonna be executed by Inferno, but he was building up some steam over there.
Yeah, he's built up some steam, built up some streaks right now. It's 30 seconds left here in P2. Kills for days on the outskirts, but only one player inside. It's Inferno. He's got the operator, the Tempest, now, as we see. Rotation's over. Yeah, this is... Hey, look, I saw plenty of it in this weekend, and I love it, bro. I'm so glad we're starting to see more of it used here. I know we haven't seen a lot of it since the ban of the Goliath, but I think it's here to stay. Setups for new as P3 is about to open up. It is going to be the Ducks on top of the hill. Let's go ahead and dive into here what they are quacking about now as we get geared up for our first listen in.
Barrel, I have barrel.
Wait, what? Mid, top 10.
I have barrel. Watch mid, please. Watch mid. I got stun. Oh, he's mid. You was jump last time.
I can't get him.
I'm using Annihilate. One A long, Neil. A long pushing. A long pushing.
On that.
They still got claw.
Yeah. Oh, we could have held that point. No way.
One more, right at door. Still turtle.
I got barrel.
Two side.
Horizon, right at here.
All right, comms not as luxurious as they needed to be now as the break there on the P3 site is Kings. They are definitely wanting to win this one and put this one away without any kind of contest. There, as we see, about 40 seconds go uncontested. That is some superior map control. They could have had all 60 of the trailer side the first time around, but they opted to go for the early rotation to P4. And it looks like they're going to get that same kind of setup. Nope, not necessarily the case. Ducks are going to be able to put up a fight here on the P4 early wood rotation. But don't let it be any kind of confusion. They need it.
Indeed, losing by about 60 or so points inside of it. I see Neil, the one to try to push first, is going to be Inferno through those walls, just praying, not going to land anything. Champion out with the Purifier. The Annihilator also by the hands of Creed. The use of the Shorty by Inferno lands a kill, but not enough. The next one to push is going to be Rasmo. No, actually, it is Spy. Spy inside gets the kill to Veery. Creed executed. The opportunity to win it all is still upon the hands of the players over on King. Spy executed Fane, still struggling like crazy. Gets taken down by the use of the Hunter Killer drone. Another Tempest will be used by Inferno. Already 31 kills. And ladies and gentlemen, this is already the beginning of the end to my eyes. I just heavily, and I mean heavily, verdict. I'm going to be questioning the OVJ playstyle on the side of Kings. But at the end of the day, if you have such a huge kill lead, it is just understandable and expected for you to go with a dub, right?
Look, I feel like the guy from Mortal Kombat. Finish him, okay? Just, or what was the guy from Gladiator putting his thumbs down? Literally, just go ahead and finish him. Stop playing with your food. Go ahead and jump in the hill. Spy says, we're not playing, none playing. We're going to go ahead and continue the feast. Times are good here for the Kings now as they have 5 seconds left to go to close this one out. Faint's last-ditch effort to get on the board, but here comes the Preddy. Faint's is dropped. Revenge is served best cold. Well, this one was a cold one here, and it is a firing range win. 250 to 149. Good night, bro. That was like utter and pure chaos and just absolute domination. I mean, even after the bat, I mean, it was a close one in the first set of hills, but it did not look close at all.
Mm-hmm. It did not. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take a quick second. I want to figure out that kill gap. You know, okay, that's 11. I see another 11. That's 22. That's 17. Jesus Christ, that's 39. Another 13, 40, 52.
Sheesh.
62 kill gap.
Ooh.
62.
Yikes.
That's what I meant when I said that, like, Kings, you're really good. You've shown it in the past, you've shown it again today, but even someone in chat, they need an OVJ player as well, right? Because although that didn't hurt them today,
yeah,
it could have a bigger impact.
Well, something I made note of earlier, and something that you know, Zim and I have discussed was, you know, he's had conversations with his team and Grizz in particular, and Grizz is a player who is opted to play objective. Grizz isn't in the lineup today, chat. Calm down, okay?
True.
He's in chat. He's hanging with you guys, enjoying it just like you all are. The kills are certainly there. They certainly remind me, not necessarily of the caliber team, but the same kind of mentality, that tribe roster from last year. Like, we'll get the kills and we'll just continue to slay out, but you know, whoever's not slaying is gonna have to pick up the objective, because that seems to be the case for that roster. This one, it was Onor. Off the rip, he was like 12-1. He was on a 7 streak. He had streaks. He had operators at the very first. Like, he was a problem that nobody could really like resolve on the flip side of things, and a double positive Inferno as well. I mean, hell, they dance circles around this Ducks team, right? Not much they could have done. Obviously, they managed to pick up some hill time that first set of hills, but whoo boy, that was brutal to watch as well. Kind of, well, yeah, it was actually kind of worse than the first game, even though the points didn't translate. Yeah, that 117 versus Icemont team kind of looked very similar, just not as much brutal dominance. Right?
Right, yeah, I completely agree. Also, I had not seen your shirt on the recently. It's pretty cool. Look at that.
Yeah, it's got two cans.
Fancy,
like, we're kind of birdie with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not ducking around over here, baby. We're trying to get into. I'm just kidding. Obviously, wow. They got ducked up on me, and
they did.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do when you're waddling and your opponents are just you know, zooming around you, running circles. I mean, that was, you know, those are times when it's like kind of hard to cast, you know, because you see what's happening, you're like, they just lit them on fire, and it's like, I'm just supposed to sit here and watch it and tell you what's happening. You guys already know what's happening. There's no like. There's no kind of like, you know, trying to reach the top, you know, what's going to happen. Well, we kind of already know what's going to happen. We just saw it happen, and it was not a good sight. So we'll hope to see maybe a little bit of a bounce back performance from the Ducks here to Search or Destroy. We've seen crazier things tonight. Icemont actually picked up 4 rounds earlier. They could celebrate that. Obviously, they can't celebrate a dub. They could celebrate a little bit of improvement. That goes a long way.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that. We're nearly starting with a game of Search and Destroy, fellas. It is going to be on raid, but I highly doubt that we're gonna see anything different on the side of Kings. I honestly feel like they're gonna be really aggressive. You know, it doesn't matter if they're defending, if they are on the offensive. They are just gonna be deep into enemy's territory every single opportunity they get, and I think they've earned that right. You know, I feel like after that game 1, they know, they're confident that they can do so and just get as many kills as they want. Right now, the one that I see could actually, okay, a slow approach and not working out to perfection. Neil actually ends up with the first blood here, Verdict.
He does. Inferno still holding down the fort there on the A site. One player is a demon in the middle of the map. It's Rasmo. Does find Viri off guard, but Rasmo... Well, that was not Rasmo, that was Raid, sorry. Does find some shots in, but Raid's going to be able to get the... Rasmo's going to be able to get the 2-piece before he's dropped. Neil is on a burner right now. He's sitting on 2. Creed's dropped, and he has been the only line of forces around him. Right now, Neil's going to be just 200 IQ in the positioning as well. Faints, though, they've got the hit over to the B side. Onor trying to seal the backside off so he doesn't get collapsed on. And look at the timing there for him. Neil has just found his way into the money room. Read himself like a book. Onor never saw it coming in a first round. Ducks came to play here in this Search or Destroy. That was quite a good round for him, right?
A round that started by the hands of Neil ends the same way with a total of 4 in his way. Neil just frying, and I'm going to stick around with him for a little bit longer now. I'm going into the bedroom, waiting, check if he can spot someone. Not yet. Oh, he actually got concussed for a little, but nothing to worry about. The one defending inside of bar, actually from the outskirts of it, is Spy. Spy finds Neil, gets the opportunity to shut him down, but realizes that that's not a sniper fight, that he is not gonna easily win in here. Drops a tactical nade, which is a lot of damage, goes for that kill. Nor with the double. The push from Anor working really, really good. That's a triple, making it rain onto the opponents. 3 kills for Honor. He's like, Neil, you got 4 kills. I bet I'm going to try to go ahead and try to do the same thing in here. So far, he's gotten 3. There's 2 more opponents. As he begins to push through the kitchen, he could encounter Champy. Champy about to go through that door. Beer gets the kill. Champy does too. Honor was just not ready for that push over there. Now Inferno in a 1 versus 2, and another opportunity for a point in favor of the Ducks verdict.
Another opportunity for the Ducks to get on board now. The Mighty V getting strong here. Inferno holding the top side of the bedroom. Last hope. The good thing for him, though, he knows where this bomb is. It's on the outskirts of the hot tub, and surely if you want to win this round, you got to find him or that bomb planted first. And now it's the reposition for him now as he's getting a little antsy with it. Now the 2 players stacked. They're holding hands. Will he be able to handle the hit? Champy going to be able to get the bomb, and he is out of sight. Location's going to give it away. Inferno just a little too late, and Viri going to go ahead and smoke him off the heady. 2-0 Ducks coming in the clutch here on the attack. Wasn't a pretty round to start off with, but they rolled it back in. And a round under their belts nonetheless here as we see the payoff. 3rd round here for the attacking side. Will they be able to make it a 3-piece?
They definitely can, ladies and gentlemen. Raid is already waiting for someone to be pushing towards the side of the red room. So far, hasn't spotted anyone. Spy finds the first blood with a sniper shot through the wall onto Faints. Man, Faints is not having a greatest, like, he's not having that much fun so far today, don't you think? He's just being wild against my friend Faints. They're not having mercy on his soul, and no kills on 3 rounds, but still up and running. Beer gonna find that kill onto Raid. That's gonna be a now 4 versus 2. Only Honor and Inferno alone. Inferno, well, the same path as Faints with the big old donuts. Gonna find the opportunity to take down Neil. That's a huge kill for the side of Kings, who are yet to find a round for themselves, and a headshot onto Veer. Tremendous job done here, secured by Inferno, but the bomb's still ticking. 30 seconds left on the clock. Inferno inside of the red room finds another enemy, but doesn't really get the chance to get another kill. Now gets the opportunity, but missed that shot. A lot of movement on the side of Champy. Champy now being pushed by multiples at the same time. He begins to retreat back. 15 seconds left, pushing forward. Champy knows that they're here. He's just playing time. Not gonna be a now. Gets taken down. Creed at a distance takes the kill.
Oh my!
Finds that shot at the end.
That was such a good wrap from. Yeah, that was such a great wrap from Creed. But he didn't have anything to take on a fight at range. He needed Champy to put some shots on at least one of those players, and Champy, bless him there, couldn't do anything. Ringside compromise. Onur clutches. 2v2 pans out. 1 point on board now for the Kings. 2-1-2 split here for the defending round. We got to buckle up for a quick hit over to the A side. Inferno's already made his way into the bar. Is going to be able to get good for the first. Spy's there to have his back. Onur's dropped, but Spy is running rapid. Neil, though, finally able to put him on ice. The round has already been unfolded. The bomb's already down in there in the pool site, and only 2 players left standing here for the Ducks. Viri making the god tier wrap here onto the B site now as Neil has to play his life. You got Raid in the front. You got one inside of the money room in Rasmo, and then you got Inferno, who's going to be able to wrap the backside now. Here comes the push from Neil. Shut down. Veer's the last hope. It's a 1v3. Minute 10 on the clock.
I was about to talk about Veer, but Inferno's gonna say, nah, fam, let's just get it over with. They tie up this score. 2 for each side, round number 5, and, well, a few things have to be pointed out. I feel like Neil has been one of the key parts for for those 2 rounds alongside with Champy, but now rocking that solid on the next 2. Raid finds the first blood now. Raid pushing for more. Gonna find the assistance with the help of Honor. There's 2 kills immediately going their way. The only one here to try to defend could be Beer, but that's the opening for them to effectively go towards Alpha. If they decide to push through with that, the one carrying the bomb is Fane, so he's definitely not too sure about that. Neil waiting for someone to walk by, and that someone is gonna be none other than Rasmo, but Rasmo gonna make him pay the price. Rasmo with the double. Oh my god, how did he even manage to land that shot? And
I'll
then
tell you
Fanes?
why. Yeah, I'll tell you why. Veer completely sold right. I don't know what the hell he was doing. What are you doing? Oh, right? I know you're one shot, but come on. We need some Deagle action there. Fates, Donut the club. Donut Club on board. He's gonna need 4. He's got the bomb and yeah. Look, bro. He's already getting outs. There goes the intel. The nade shot's gonna hit. He's half. He ain't even gonna get a kill here. He's gonna get out. Spy's gonna collect the body there, and that's 3 in a row there for the side of Kings. Great way to put your foot down is to just say, hey, we know what you're doing. Get some help. Right now, Kings. Read it like a book. Ducks. Dead on 80 rotation in any hit they've made after that second round.
Okay, well, struggle begins yet again on the top line over on the Docks world. They're just getting folded 3 rounds in a row now. Spy pushing immediately onto 6. Finds the kill. Goes for the double, but Neil fast enough, quick enough with that sniper shot to tear him up. That is now at the 1-for-1 trades, but Rasmo with a jump shot takes down Neil. There's the opportunity for Ray to push for more. 3 versus 4. Player lead in favor of Kings yet again. Fane's gonna equalize those numbers. Finally, finding an opportunity for him. Fanes finds his first blood now. With the help of Champy, they're gonna take down Raid now. 3 versus 2, changing the pace of things. Kings are now the ones struggling on the players department now. Honor takes that kill onto Fanes. My boy cannot catch a break. But they still got the opportunity to plant the bomb, and that's going to be taken upon the hands of Creed. Creed took that bomb and immediately begins to plant. Verdict, that's going to be 45 seconds, and, well, an opportunity to try to end up this first half with a tie for the FA Dogs.
Not happening. Nope, not happening. Yeah.
Not happening.
There goes the body shot. So Inferno says, bad blood here in the waters in this raid map, obviously. You know, we saw 2 rounds off the bat just go very, very well for the Ducks. But it's return fire that's felt twice as hard. 4 rounds to 2. As we flip sides, the defense standing strong now. They're going to have to do on the attack. Ducks, so, I mean, they've shown a little bit of, you know, signs of life here in this Search or Destroy in the first 2. They can find their way here on the defending side. This has got to be a little less taxing on the mental, right? A hit through the middle of the map. Faints is going to be good for the first blood, and that's a trade, though. Champy able to get the better of that one in Inferno, and it's all on the Raswell. There it goes. We're right back in it. It's 4-3. All is not lost just yet, and a great round to strike here very quickly. Raid. I mean, it's a big map, but when you go all the way towards the A site, there's not very many paths you could take without being unnoticed.
All right, that was a quickie, fellas. 26 seconds, and now you go to the next one. 4-3 lead still in favor of Kings, but that round was definitely in favor of the Dogs. Now, Old Ferno will find his first blood of the round now. Beer with the opportunity to push forward takes that kill into Honor and immediately backs out. Champy finds that as a distraction to take a kill of his own. That is the 2-for-1 trades. No, the 2-for-2 now. Rasmo taking now a 1 onto the books for the kill onto Neil. 3 versus 2. Champy and Fanes. Fanes and Champy. Champy receiving a lot of damage. Will be executed. Fanes yet again on a 1v3. And I'm not too sure how much hope I can have left for this man. I know how good he's capable of putting into the games, but today's not been his day. He's just been underperforming, and it's showing. But let's see. He is moving, which means he's alive, and if he's alive, there's an opportunity to try to make it happen, try to make it rain upon the opponents. Less than 40 seconds left, and he's just so confused. He doesn't know where to go, you know? Do I go mid? Do I go back spawns?
Oh, God, the trigger discipline's horrible right there. And Spy quickly ends that round in the hope for a 1v3 clutch. I mean, he was already confused, dazed, obviously had a little bit too much going on. This just hasn't been his day. I mean, we saw him with a donut to the first three hills in firing range. He didn't do too well after that either. Right now, he's got 2 on board. That last round, certainly not the best showing here for Faints. Onur holding down the front line here on the A side. It's not a poolside hit. There's 2 in the middle of the map. There's 1 trying to get back over. And the dogs are barking in the background. They did not like that last round either, just like us. Raid now, only hope here on the P5 site, though. He's going to get 1, but Creed's going to quickly get there for revenge. And now it's all on Onur. It's a 1v3. Minute 20 on the clock. Bombs down in the middle of the map. But all 3 players from Ducks have decided to play a little hands off, and that might be where they go wrong. We'll see if Onur can find some shots in there. Creed does not get a single bit of damage, but the intel is there. And look at the wrap here from him. I love it.
Well, Onur, we're seeing a lot of damage and already being spotted. Definitely not going to be pretty, but still managed to find the kill onto Creed, but both just sandwiching onto his body, just collapsing onto him at once. No opportunity for him to defend himself. That's another point in favor of the Ducks. He's still keeping it close, keeping it fresh, but let's see. They actually need to tie it up. Tie that knot. Let's see if they can do it. 1 more defensive round. This is the 10th one in this game, and before there's a Beer with the first blood onto Inferno. Beer pushing through the smoke.
Uh-oh.
Could find the opportunity. Nope. Oh no, Reed. Perfect timing for him. Rasmus with the next kill. Creed and Faints left alone. Creed taken down. Faints. That was so close for both Creed and Veer to turn that round their way. Faints try to make it happen. Not gonna be possible. A 6-4 verdict. But that was just a couple microseconds to actually favor a whole lot more for the Ducks.
Yeah, can't win those gunnies. Playing the headies on the ringside, not necessarily the best case scenario. Veer had literally like bumped elbows with Spy, tries to get the turn around and get the flick to land. It just wasn't quick enough. Now we're down to 1 last round. It's potentially the one we can see this one tucked away nice for a 2-0 sweep here for the side of Kings. 7-4 win is what it's up for. Inferno opens up. Big first kill. Cut in the middle of the map up, and Neil's dropped. He's got a 2-piece under his belt. Raspo's been annihilated by the side of Creed, but it's Creed and Veery who are the last man standing here for the side of Ducks. The last hope. Are we going to a game 3? Or are we going to continue to see 2-0s all day long? Veer able to find one in the backside now. It's a 2v3. A very doable situation, but both locations have been known, and they have yet to make any traction onto the middle of the map since. The reads are there here. They're going to go ahead and invest a lot to shut down this push from Veer. 1 in Kitchen and in Onur. The slide peek not favoring. Creed's dropped. It's all on Veer. Inferno shuts it down, ladies and gentlemen. The 7-4 win. Kind of guessed it, man. This Kings team, they've been cooking recently. With or without Grizz, they put up the numbers here against this Ducks team. They handle business. Well played for them.
Well played. Man, I don't know. I just feel like this day, I'm telling you, this day I had hopes for us to see a couple, maybe 1, maybe 2 games going to the third map, but we got none. We got none. Pure 2-0s all across the board. And man, it was close. You know, we had 7-5, 7-5, 7-4, right? Like the opportunity was there on all of them, but neither did it. You know, it is what it is. GG's. Well played by the side of Kings, continuing to do really, really good day after day, just showing to us how much more comfortable they're getting with one another, and the introduction with Spy as well. You know, I feel like that's pretty nice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hell of a game played, and they just look better. They just look like they came in with a sound strategy. It didn't matter what was going on. They were always in control of the game. That's just something that the Ducks didn't really have in the hard point. They had a little bit better of a grasp there in the search or destroy, but it was still outside of that arm's reach. So big kills coming through for Inferno. He started the game really slow, but he picked it up. By the end, he had 11. 9 on board for Spy. He was the objective player to go along with it, so he's got the MVP by 2 points, ladies and gentlemen. 13-44. 9 and 2 plans. a very well collected affair from the rest of the crew. You look on the flip side, today was just not FaZe's day. It's update day, so obviously we still, you know, have a little bit of time to adjust. Some players just get it, some players don't for the first day or 2 or 3 or maybe even a week. Hell, some never bounce back after an update. We're gonna bounce back after this update though now, as we're gonna head on to the host desk. Deanna, fill us in. What's the intel? I mean, what's it looking like? It's a 2-0 sweep across the board. Today was supposed to be better than 2-0s, right?
Yes. Indeed, I was expecting some control games. I was very excited for Slum's control, right? But yeah, I'm kind of happy we did have a 2-0-2, especially right now we can see which point and which team got how many points, obviously. But yeah, it was right? We don't have a 4th game, you know, it's just like, I feel like we spent the less time together today, guys, you know. I don't know what to say. I don't know, but I do like update days, right? Because I get to
get quacked. I'm sorry. I just get quacked. That's good. Sorry.
Got quacked. Get quacked.
Yeah.
Got quacked.
They were saying this last time too. That was funny.
That's a rip. That's a rip.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was.
They should coin that. Yeah, maybe. Better luck.
But it's a cute one though, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
but yeah, we just had a good hardpoint, right? We started with a close P1, transitioning to P2, right? Both teams were very, very close. Something that I was like nerve-wracking, I could say. It was like the OBJ, like P1, P2, it was like both teams were not actually going on the OBJ. I was like, the OBJ was uncontested, the point was uncontested for multiple times, and I was like, why no one is actually stepping on the OBJ? You know, you have the kills, but you have the control, but you don't really go on the OBJ. So that was strange, right? First time see that, but both teams kept it quite close. P3 opened with Kings on their on the trailer side, right? I did catch one of them was using Tech 5, so that was actually a lockdown. First set of rotations actually closed quite close, right? And the P1 reset was a battle, moving towards P2. The points were again uncontested for like 10 seconds. Nobody was on the point. I was like, why nobody goes on the point, you know? I'm like, okay, for a short time. And then trailer was again in favor of Kings, and that was very, very good because Ducks couldn't really break through, neither in the first set of kills, neither in the second one. And they started having a good control on the map. As I said at the beginning, they started to get more kills and getting a lead and actually extended. And I think on the P3 they won. Spy was the MVP with 37 kills. Now on the opposition, I do believe at some point you guys mentioned FaZe didn't really had much kills, so that was quite an issue because it felt like it was a 4v5, especially in the first set of kills. So definitely was quite hard. But again, going against a team as Kings is gonna be always hard. And then going into the S&D, Duck started with a very good 2 attacking rounds, right? Picking up both rounds, right? And after that, Kings picked up 2 as well, kept it quite close. Again, like in the hardpoint, going back and forth until we actually switched sides, and Kings picked up the lead and getting multiple rounds, they actually won. Spy was the MVP. Okay, he planted multiple times, he had 9 kills, but Inferno had the most kills. He had actually 11. So yeah, it was a good matchup for well, it was a good night and a good matchup in general for Kings. But the OBJ part is like, why no one is going on the OBJ, you know?
I'll tell you why, because they controlled the map. They did exactly what they wanted to do. Is, you know, they got enough points off of P3. They got 50 points uncontested. They knew what they were doing. There was not a single ounce of what's the word I'm looking for? Doubt in their mind that they were going to take that firing range matchup. Obviously, when you control the map the way they did, it's kind of hard for, you know, your opponents to do anything. And then on top of that, you had, as you mentioned, FaZe not necessarily having the day that he needed to kind of like rise up and be above that. And obviously, 2-0 sweep. It's apparent Kings came to play today. They handled business, but man, it feels like is today the shortest day of the regular season we've had so far. I can't complain because we've had much better turnouts this season than we have in years past, and I'm just going to be grateful for that and, you know, keep my pie hole shut.
It's still early.
It's still early, that's right. There you go.
But yeah, we did had a short day. I think it was a shorter, yeah, because we had a forfeit too. So yeah, and we did had 2-0. So yeah, I think we are live for like 2 hours and a half. So yeah, but after these 3 matchups, I'm actually curious to see how the standings looks like. So Verdi, can you go over them?
Absolutely. At the top, it's Kings, it's Animus. Animus by 10 points, though, is the difference maker in the first or second spot. I don't know if that's going to make a difference for seeding just yet, but they have a head-to-head that Kings obviously won. So 125 for Animus, 115 for Kings. 31 are sitting nice with 95, as well as 117, who were able to pick up big 20 points, tying them up with the F8 Ducks at 80 and 4th and 5th place. Icemont, though, that's the question. They're in 6th place now, but they've got a big schedule ahead of them as I was taking a look at it. They are going to face off against Enigma on Thursday. Now, that could solidify their playoff run, or it could spoil them, because afterwards, they've got to play Zidium, which is a toss-up team. Don't really know what you're going to get out of them, and even though they forfeited one time this season, they can still give you problems. And then their last matchup of the season is going to be against Animus. They really have to dig deep and find a way to beat Enigma in order to, you know, be looking at a playoff spot if they want it.
Damn, oh my god. After we saw actually Zitium, you know, they forfeit, and then last week, I think, when we casted, they actually played, I think. And they were like,
look good.
Looking amazing.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is why I'm saying. And Enigma also looking very good, right? The past couple of broadcasts we did saw them playing very good. So I think it's going to be a very big challenge for them. But yeah, Amanda, can you go over the results of the day? Because maybe some of the viewers didn't really catch up all of the games.
Sure, absolutely. Well, for those who may have lost it or missed it a bit, first of all, it's going to be available here, so might as well check it out later. But there was on the first match a 2-0 in favor of 117 against Icemont, then another 2-0 for Animus over the side of the 31ers, and then Kings, as we just witnessed, defeats 2-0 as well versus the F8 Dogs on the very last one that was not played. There was a forfeit on the side of Boyd. Well, Enigma will get out of here with the points. So those were the first matches of the night. And man, it feels nice to be back on Europe, you know? It was definitely quite a couple of days that I missed.
Yeah, we missed you. I'm gonna miss you in NA too, bro. We've had a hell of a season, both for EU and NA, and I mean, we haven't even got to playoffs yet. This is, you know, a little past that halfway mark. This is make or break for teams now. If you're not playing up to par, either you're not going to make the cut, or you're going to play at the par. That's just it. There's no, you know, way around it. So, good season.
Indeed. Many forfeits. That's something that we need to keep in mind. Not like last season, you know. This season was more, I think, better, as you said earlier. But yeah, this was our matchup tonight. This was our broadcast for tonight. We did had great games, right? We're gonna be back Thursday, right? I wanted to say next week. Why am I always saying next week and last week when it's gonna be Thursday, right? I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Good luck with NA, right? You guys gonna rock it. And also, I forgot to tell you, you guys look absolutely amazing like always. I forgot to say, I just saw it, you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. But yeah, it was a pleasure being here with you as always. Hope y'all gonna have a wonderful rest of your day / night. And if you have anything to add, Verdict?
No, I think we're just gonna sign out. I think I'm gonna send this to our Gorilla ad because we didn't play it in between that last series, and I didn't account for that 4th series being a forfeit. So we're gonna hear a word from Gorilla. We're gonna send you over to someone who is deserving of you know, you guys being there. Make sure you tell them that Deanna, Verdict, and Gilmania sent you, and tune in tonight for more Mobile Mayhem. So that's gonna do it for me. That's gonna do it for us. We will catch y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.